we go. Oh, I like that a lot. Hey, what's going on, guys? Brandon here with Texas Plinking, and although there are two rifles to showcase in this video, I'd imagine it's still going to be a relatively short video. With that being said, we're going to start with this guy right here. This is not brand new, but it's definitely new within this last year. This is more so the clone of like that M110A1, 16-inch 308 AR-10. And that in itself has always been a really cool thing to me. 16-inch 308 could be a battle rifle. You can throw a long-range optic on it, make it a mid to long-range rifle as well. That's what we're going to do here. And so that being said, this here is a billet rifle. You got the AR or Armalite cut back here that you see on the Armalite rifles, the LaRue, Knight's Armament, stuff like that. I think it's really, really cool. And they did like this whole hodgepodge of colors to kind of resemble the M110A1 from like HK. And I think they did a really good job. A lot of coyote, a lot of brown and greens and bronze. Looks pretty sweet. Honestly, this rail system from the Saber line looks like something from like Geisy or something. Everything here just punches way above its weight. So for Palmetto State product, it's up there in price, but for what you get, way low. I think these are right around the $1,500 mark or so. Comes with a PSA 2-stage trigger, adjustable gas system, really, really sweet stuff like that. Ambi fire selector as well, and as well you got a Ambi bolt release. So obviously you got your ping pong paddle off to the left side that you could press here, or just this button here. Really, really cool. Comes with this Lancer mag that just aesthetically looks really good for an M110A1-ish kind of rifle. Got mine fitted with an Atlas bipod. I will be using it as a suppressed rifle, again, because, you know, adjustable gas system. Suppressed rifles are cooler that way, so why not? I've got a OSS HX762 Ti on that guy. Now it's Hooksworks, but, you know, I bought it as an OSS, so I'm going to keep calling it that. It comes with B5 stuff. I mean, it comes as you see it minus the accessories here, these three accessories. So now let's go ahead and get into the optic. Because it's a very, very economic rifle that punches above its weight, I, of course, threw on an Arcan optics on there because same thing. These things are so economically priced, but the feature set's awesome. This is the SH4J. It's a 6-24 by 50. And 34 millimeter main tube diameter, first focal plane, all that good stuff. The J is for Japanese glass. And I think the MSRP on these things is like mid to higher 400s. Coupon code Texas Plinking drops it down to like the 300s. I forgot how much it was. I'll put a annotation here. All I know is it was $399 with the scope and the 20 MOA 34 millimeter cantilever mount, which is the way to go on an AR setup, AR-10, AR-15, just like this. We're going to go ahead and shoot some Federal Gold Medal Match 168s. I haven't experimented with a whole lot, but the theme so far from my quick time with it is that the 168s fly a little bit better. So we're going to do, yeah, the Federal Gold Medal Match 168s. I did a quick grouping. It was rushed. And it showed to be about a 1.5 MOA rifle, I believe. I forgot if that was a 3 or 5 round shot. I think it was 5 rounds on that. So I have a picture somewhere here. And that was pretty rushed. I think I could dial that in even better, or again, experiment with different ammo. The first time you guys saw this on the 1 MOA challenge, it in fact got a hit on the second round, and then not long after ended up hitting the half MOA at 1,000 yards. So a lot of reason to believe that thing's pretty accurate. More accurate than the 1.5 MOA group that I got. But then again, conditions, it's like 90 something degrees, pretty warm, but the winds are gusting like crazy. You guys won't be able to hear that because these DJI mics are pretty good, but crazy winds. So a lot of horizontal stringing out and spreading. So that's the M110A1, quote unquote. Let's go ahead and showcase a little bit of shooting. What ended up happening is I tried shooting a little bit at 526, got a couple of hits, but the misses I couldn't see because it's just overgrown. So spent more time at 950, but not too much time because we have another rifle to talk about. So let's go ahead and showcase that real quickly. All right, first shot's at range. Go ahead and start at 526. Get some confidence, hopefully going on the big one to the right. Oh man, when it misses, it's just going all in that growth. All right, I favored more to the right, figured the wind was a little stronger than I thought. It almost looks like it's making a splash low. I'll go to the shoulder, top right here. Not sure exactly where it's hitting. But you know what? Those are some hits. I say for the sake of time and not a whole lot of ammo, let's just skip to 950 yards and that'll really showcase this thing. All right, let's see what a 16-inch barrel 308 can do at 950 with these winds. All right. Not bad. I should have taken a little bit more wind off. Let's just hold to the left. Even more so. Not bad there. All right, end on a hit for that target, but let's just get real ambitious here. Let's go for one of the 10-inch targets. Go for the white one, probably on the right here. Close. There we go. Not bad at all, just for fun. Waste these last couple, hopefully not waste actually, on the 5-inch target. Let's go for the one on the left here. Just off to the right. Oh, just over it. Don't know if it hit it or the chain, hard to tell. Not bad. I mean, it's putting it all within that group, man. Feels really, really good. That's a quick look at this saber. I say we roll on to the next. Up next is the quote-unquote M110A2. This is the evolution of that M110 series, and Palmetto State is keeping up with it as well, which I think is super freaking cool. And so this one is a 20-inch barrel, 308. And this one's offered two different ways, billet or the forged. And the billet is where that Armalite cut comes back, whereas I don't think on the A1 there was an option. But this one, a couple of things that happens when you go to the billet model and you get the ambi again, whereas the forged you do not get that. This cut, and then also on this model for the billet, you get a law folder adapter as well. B5 furniture throughout, which is really, really cool, but this law folder just to kind of make storage a little bit better, not bad. I'm showcasing it unsuppressed right now, but let's go ahead and throw the suppressor on there. And voila, there is the suppressor. So obviously a pretty lanky rifle, being 20-inch AR-10 with the can on there. But the can should go on there, once again, because they're cool. And once again, you have an adjustable gas system on here. I stole the suppressor and the bipod from the A1, and otherwise I put on a LaRue mag here, or put on, I'm using a LaRue mag rather, but it came with some, I think it was 3 metal mags in FDE, and they feed really, really nicely, so no issues there. I just like these LaRue mags. Of course, also comes with the PSA saber trigger, you know, 2-stage match trigger, feels very, very good. And just everything about it. I like all the ambi features. And I forgot to mention that both of them do come with ambi charging handles as well. So very, very neat. As far as what I top this one off with, once again, on a Palmetto State product, especially one made for mid to long range, I like to match it up with an Arkin just because they have the same ethos. But this was the top end of the PSA sabers you can get, and so this is the top end of the Arkin optics you could get. With that being said, on price point, the top end of PSA product is this guy, and it goes for $2,000 or $1,999. And then for a few $100s less, you get the forged model. With the same performance, they both use Faxon barrels, the 20-inch 308 barrels, and they're only offered in 308 now, maybe eventually 6.5, but that's what we got. But as far as price point on the Arkin optics, this is the EP5, and so of course Japanese glass, all that kind of stuff. This is a 5-25 by 56, so wider zoom range, bigger objective lens, all that kind of stuff. But same goodness everywhere else, 34mm, 0 stop, 0 reset, first focal plane, all the goodness. MSRP somewhere in like the mid to higher $500 range, I believe. And then again, coupon code Texas Plinking will drop 25% off that guy. And I got it with the same cantilever 20 MOA mount there as well. Nice and cohesive. More often than not, if you know Palmetto State makes a mid to long range rifle, I think an Arkin just matches up nicely, because what we have here is something that looks far more expensive than it is. And the performance so far, we're about to see a little bit more. As it turned out, on the 1 MOA 1,000 yards challenge, it did in fact hit it on the first round, but I didn't know, so I kept shooting, and ultimately it hit it again on, I think, round 4 or 5, something like that. So the performance is there. Last time you guys saw it, it was with the AAC Titan QD suppressor. I swapped it out to this only because I think I could get marginally more accurate with this, because the other suppressor was like on these 91T ratchet mount. If it's in between teeth, which it was, it could have a little bit of movement, whereas this gets nice and butted up against a taper. Anyway, splitting hairs, it might just be more accurate running it this way and a little easier to tune on the gas system because it's a flow-through suppressor. As far as grouping, I hate to mention this because I'm sure it could do better. You know, since I changed out the can and everything, I did, you know, re-zero and everything like that. And so did a real quick, you know, couple shots. I think I had 1 or 2 shots, and then rounds 2 through 6 or 3 through 7, whatever it was a grouping with Federal 175 grain gold medal match. And that was like 1 3/4 of an inch. And I didn't feel as confident on that grouping because the wind was not only moving myself and the target, but yeah, just not as stable, but no excuses. 1.75 on one grouping. I did a 3-round grouping after that, and it was like 1.5. So I'm sure the potential is there, not today. But how does it do at range? Again, 526, got a little frustrated because any miss would just get buried. So did a few there, got a lot of consecutive. Obviously, that's not that far. And then spent most time at 950. So actually, most time at 950 on very small targets just because we're out here having fun. And that way, even if I miss, you can see just how much of a grouping it holds together. And as it turns out, I think it held one pretty well. So let's check that out. Once again, we'll start with the big silhouette to the right here. Try to tighten this bipod up too. All right, let's do it. All right. I think it's got to come down a little bit. Should be a little aim center now. All right, let's go for the middle silhouette. All right, let's just go ahead and move over to 950 yards because once again, when I miss, I'll be able to see it right away rather than just guessing when it goes into all the weeds. So yeah, 950 yards. I mean, that's what this thing wants to do anyway. All right, 950. Like always, we'll start with that silhouette. I like that. All right, love a first attempt, first shot here. Looks like it hit bottom right. All right, let's just move over to a 10-inch target here. Let's do the white one on the right. These are favoring a little low here. Oh, I like that a lot. Did not see that one. Let's go ahead and put one back on the silhouette just to make sure we got our bearings. Oh, just under it. All right. Point of impact just changes to a little bit. Let's go load some more and end on a hit, but also take a couple of jabs at the 5-inch target. All right, there's the hit. Yeah, this wind is just freaking brutal. Let's go to the left of those 5-inch targets. Man. Just under. Oh man. Well, we've rapid fired it. It was in the frame of the target pretty much the whole time. Started sinking a little low, but that's a lot to ask for. 308 being shot that fast. Suppressed, no reliability issues. This thing's been great. Love that. Accuracy, again, I mean, first grouping I did with it was like 1 3/4, but that was like pretty fast succession. That was like literally rounds 2 through 6 ever fired out of this thing for the most part. So yeah, I mean, other than like, you know, the rough sight-in stuff, that's the grouping. I'm sure as it breaks in and I experiment with other kinds of ammo, we'll get it dialed in some more. But in better conditions too. It is hot as hell. I'm seeing a mirage off the suppressor. And like always, Lomita, Texas, it is windy like crazy. So overall, it's getting shots down there. Again, semi-auto, 308, AR-10. I was shooting a 5-inch target at the very end there. So it's within the frame, but really, really cool rifle. Those are some PSA sabers that I thought I'd feature on here real quickly. And before too long, I'm sure I'll feature them again, whether it's like, you know, a random range day or whatever else, once I figure out some more analytics on performance, test some more ammo. But as for now, pretty awesome rifles, good looking, and thankfully they shoot pretty darn good as well. So guys, that does it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time.